Georgia Bulldogs insider just ripped apart both the Pittsburgh Steelers, but more in specific, Kenny Pickett. So, it seems like in the NFL offseason so far, we can't go more than one day with someone in the NFL or football world in general ripping apart either Kenny Pickett and talking negative about him or the Pittsburgh Steelers. And this time, it's Mike Griffin. Mike Griffin is a Georgia Bulldogs football team's insider, and this time he appeared on 93.7 The Fan to talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers and if they're going to have any interest in Georgia players in this year's draft, like Broderick Jones. But while he was talking about that, he also brought up George Pickens, who was a wide receiver for Georgia last season, and talking to how the Pittsburgh Steelers are misusing him, and also kind of blaming it all on Kenny Pickett at the quarterback position for George Pickens' up and down year and inconsistent year. So the only reason why I'm covering this is because his comments were pretty interesting and it was negative, so I just want to debunk them and kind of go through what he said and why I think it's wrong. It doesn't really matter about his opinion, but I just want to cover it because of that fact. So here are his full comments. Boy, did Green Bay ever blow it. It would have been nice to see what Pickens would have done with Aaron Rodgers instead of that offense last year. I think I made it pretty clear how I feel about the offense. They get a quarterback and they may be the Pittsburgh Steelers again. I don't know. Maybe Pickett just needs more time. I was just so disappointed with how little Pittsburgh did with George Pickens last year. I don't understand it. As unsettled as the quarterback situation was from the outside, it's hard for a guy to say, I'm going to stake my future on a rookie. Maybe if you got an established guy back there, maybe then we would be talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers again, one of the greatest franchises in the history of the sport. Right now, they are in a slump. So, his first part of his comments were fine. Him saying that George Pickens needs to be more involved in the offense. Yes, I could 100% agree with that. Matt Canada and Kenny Pickett both need to get more involved in the offense. But the second part of his comments is where I don't understand. Him saying that they need a veteran back there instead of Kenny Pickett, who's now heading into his sophomore season, just doesn't make sense. Because just looking at the options out there, who does he want us to get? Does he want us to trade for Aaron Rodgers, which would take a first-round draft pick or second-round draft pick to go and get him? He's 39 years old. He's almost at the end of his career. What does he have? Like 2 more years left? And on top of that, he's coming off one of the worst seasons in his whole career. And he lost his number 1 wide receiver, and his production went down so much. So, why would we get him if you only have 2 more years left in him? And also, just look at Derek Carr. Would he be another option? I know he went with the Saints, but just say if he was an option. He is so erratic with the football, he makes so much bad decisions, and is turnover prone that he wouldn't fit the Steelers. The Steelers need someone who's not going to turn the football over and is going to make the right decisions and allow the defense to make the plays and win the football game. And also, Jimmy Garoppolo. That wouldn't make sense either because he needs a run game. With his time at the 49ers, the only way he would win the games is if the run game was taking place. And right now the Steelers are trying to build that up. I don't know if they have it yet, but they're trying to build it up. And right now, Kenny Pickett is probably the best decision for the Steelers because he's on a rookie contract. That means the Steelers could go and spend elsewhere and help build a super team or at least a team that's capable of winning. And that's what they're doing. They're spending the money this offseason. They went and got an offensive lineman to help him and help Najee Harris and help the team in general. They want to get new starters at inside linebacker. But if you're going to pay a quarterback top of the tier money, like $50 million a year for Aaron Rodgers, it just doesn't make sense. And Kenny Pickett, it's not all of his fault. If you want to say that George Pickens wasn't involved in the offense and you're going to blame it all on Kenny Pickett being the quarterback, just think, Mitch Trubisky, who is supposed to be that veteran guy, he started the year at quarterback. So, obviously, a veteran guy like Mitch Trubisky, you would think right now, being 7 years, 6 years into the NFL, he'd be ready to go. No, he wasn't. The Steelers' best option was Kenny Pickett. He proved that. Mitch Trubisky was erratic with the football, and Kenny Pickett, when he came in, and especially the second half of the season, he improved so much that it gives hope for the Steelers fans heading into next year that he'll be able to put up big numbers and lead the Steelers back into the Super Bowl. So, I just kind of debunked the insiders' comments towards the Steelers and Kenny Pickett, and the Steelers don't need Kenny Pickett, and that kind of talk. That just doesn't make sense. So I want your opinions in the comments below. Do you feel the same way I do? Do you feel as though just give Kenny Pickett another year and he's going to show people and show people to stop talking negative about him. And it's not all of his fault, and those veterans that other people want for the team just doesn't make sense. Let me know down in the comments below your thoughts on this whole situation. And also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel below as well if you like today's content and analysis reports. Like the video, turn on post notifications down below for this channel as well, so you get notified whenever I post the next Steelers video. Click the bell down below. I'm going to be covering all of free agency, all of the draft, so stay tuned. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys all later. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.